In 2010, a young boy in Brazil experienced a remarkable healing. This event would later be recognized as a miracle by many, capturing the attention of people around the world. The Catholic Church believes Carlo Acutis, an Italian teenager who died in 2006, interceded with God to make this miracle happen. Carlo was known for his deep faith and his devotion to the Eucharist, which made him a figure of inspiration for many. The boy, whose name has been kept private, suffered from a rare and life-threatening pancreatic disorder. His condition was so severe that doctors had little hope for his recovery, and his family was left in a state of despair. His case baffled doctors, who struggled to provide any effective treatment. Despite their best efforts, the boy's health continued to deteriorate, leaving medical professionals puzzled and concerned. The boy's family, devout Catholics, turned to prayer in desperation. They sought solace and hope in their faith, praying fervently for a miracle that could save their son's life. They had heard stories about Carlo Acutis, a teenager known for his love of the Eucharist and his computer skills. Carlo had created a website cataloging Eucharistic miracles, and his story had inspired many to deepen their faith. Even though Carlo was not yet declared a saint, people around the world prayed for his intercession. They believed that his pure heart and unwavering faith could reach God and bring about a miracle. They believed that Carlo, who died from leukemia at the age of 15, could understand the boy's suffering and plead to God for his healing. Carlo's own battle with illness and his steadfast faith made him a beacon of hope for those in need of divine intervention. The boy's condition was grim. His pancreas, responsible for producing essential enzymes for digestion, was severely malformed. This malformation, known as annular pancreas, prevented him from properly digesting food. As a result, he suffered from chronic pain, malnutrition, and frequent hospitalizations. Doctors offered little hope for a cure. The standard treatment for annular pancreas typically involved complex surgeries. However, given the boy's young age and the severity of his condition, surgery carried significant risks. His family, torn between the potential benefits and dangers of surgery, clung to their faith. They continued to pray for a miracle, believing that God could heal their son through Carlo's intercession. As the boy's health deteriorated, his mother found herself in a constant state of worry. Each day seemed to bring new challenges and more pain for her beloved child. Despite the grim prognosis from the doctors, she clung to a glimmer of hope, believing that there was still a chance for a miracle. His mother refused to give up hope. She spent countless hours in prayer, seeking divine intervention. Her faith was unwavering, and she believed that somewhere, somehow, there was a way to save her son. She had heard about a relic of Carlo Acutis, a young boy who had been beatified and was known for his deep faith and love for the Eucharist. This relic, a piece of cloth that had been touched to his tomb, was said to have miraculous healing powers. The relic was scheduled to be displayed at a nearby parish, and the mother saw this as a sign. She believed that this was the answer to her prayers, the miracle she had been waiting for. This relic was scheduled to be displayed at a nearby parish. The mother knew she had to take her son there, no matter the obstacles. She was determined to give her son every possible chance at healing. With unwavering faith, the boy's mother resolved to bring him to the relic. She believed that if her son could just touch the relic, God would answer their prayers. She believed that if her son could just touch the relic, the divine power of God would flow through it and bring about his healing. Her faith was her guiding light, and she held on to it with all her might. God would answer their prayers. The mother and son prayed together, their hearts filled with hope and faith. They believed that this journey would lead them to the miracle they so desperately needed. The mother's faith was tested as she navigated the logistics of transporting her fragile son to the church. The journey was long and arduous, filled with physical and emotional challenges, but she never wavered in her determination. The journey was arduous, but her determination to seek Carlo's intercession remained strong. She faced each obstacle with courage, knowing that her son's life depended on it. Her love for her child gave her the strength to keep going. She held on to the belief that her son's healing was possible through God's power. Her faith was her anchor, and she believed that with God's help, her son would be healed. The journey was tough, but her hope never faltered. On October 12th, 2010, the day the relic arrived at the parish, the boy's family brought him to the church. Despite his weakened state, the boy insisted on walking to touch the relic. With great effort, he approached the relic and gently touched it. The atmosphere was thick with emotion as the boy's family prayed fervently for his healing. They asked for Carlo's intercession, pleading for God to show mercy on their son. In that moment of deep faith and desperate hope, something extraordinary happened. The boy felt a surge of energy and a sense of peace he had never experienced before. An inexplicable recovery. Upon returning home from the church, the boy felt an unprecedented surge of appetite. To his parents' astonishment, he began eating normally for the first time in his life. The pain that had tormented him for years vanished, replaced by a sense of well-being. His parents, initially hesitant to believe their eyes, witnessed their son's health improve dramatically in the following days. His energy levels soared, his digestion normalized, and his overall demeanor transformed. He was like a different child. The sudden and drastic improvement in his condition defied medical explanation. The boy's parents immediately took him back to the doctors who had been treating him. Stunned by his remarkable recovery, the medical team conducted a battery of tests. The results were astonishing. The malformation in his pancreas, once clearly visible on scans, had completely disappeared. The doctors were baffled. They had never witnessed such a spontaneous and complete healing of such a severe pancreatic disorder. The medical community, accustomed to relying on scientific evidence, struggled to explain the boy's inexplicable recovery. The only logical explanation, according to the boy's family and their community, was a miracle. News of the boy's miraculous healing spread rapidly, reaching the Vatican. Always cautious in attributing events to divine intervention, the Vatican initiated a thorough investigation. A team of medical experts, theologians, and clergy meticulously examined the case. They reviewed the boy's medical records, interviewed his doctors, and spoke to witnesses who could attest to his condition before and after the alleged miracle. The investigation was rigorous, designed to leave no room for doubt or misinterpretation. The Vatican's meticulous approach aimed to ensure that the case met the stringent criteria for recognizing a miracle. After years of meticulous investigation, the Vatican concluded that the boy's healing was indeed a miracle. The medical experts confirmed that there was no scientific explanation for the sudden and complete disappearance of the boy's pancreatic malformation. The Theological Commission, after careful consideration of the evidence, attributed the miracle to Carlo Acutis' intercession. Pope Francis, recognizing the extraordinary nature of the event, officially recognized the miracle in 2020. This recognition paved the way for Carlo Acutis' beatification, a significant step towards sainthood in the Catholic Church. The Vatican's declaration affirmed the belief that God had worked through Carlo to heal the boy. Carlo Acutis' beatification in 2020, fueled by the miracle in Brazil, resonated deeply with Catholics worldwide. The story of his intercession, particularly for a child suffering from a similar illness, touched countless hearts. The miracle served as a powerful testament to the belief that God's power transcends human understanding. Carlo's beatification was not just a ceremonial event. It was a moment that brought together people from all walks of life, united in their faith and hope. It reignited faith and offered hope to those facing seemingly insurmountable challenges. Carlo's life and the miracle attributed to him continue to inspire people to deepen their faith, reminding them that miracles can happen in the most unexpected ways. His story is a beacon of light for those in darkness, encouraging them to embrace technology for good and live lives dedicated to serving others. His story serves as a reminder that even in the face of suffering, there is always a glimmer of hope. Carlo's legacy is not just about the miracle, it's about the message of love, compassion, and the power of faith. God's love and mercy can prevail. His journey from a young boy with a passion for technology to a symbol of divine intervention shows that faith can bridge the gap between the ordinary and the extraordinary.